Hey you guys, so my third vlog, I was coming on here, let me not be rude, well, this is pretty much to myself, this is like my diary, but anyways, I was coming on here today just to talk a little bit about culture and just, yeah, I finally look cute, right? To talk about culture and to talk about just not, sometimes just things happen when you least expect it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is that I did a video on my main channel where I was talking about Black Irish and how I'm a Black Irish. And it's funny because it got so many views and so much negativity because I had initially, when I first made my video, I had made an error and I said that the Irish people had enslaved the Black people of Montserrat, which was totally wrong. And I did apologize when I did my review, or my, not re-review because it wasn't really a re-review, but my next video that I had done, I fixed it up, I corrected it, and I was like, I apologize, and I actually did my actual research, and I found out that the Irish were just as badly persecuted as the Black people, and actually even worse, because they weren't seen as expensive or as worthy, I guess you can say, as the Black slaves. They weren't seen to cost as much. So if they died, it didn't even really matter, as opposed to they wanted the strong Black people to be able to stay alive. And they also forced the Irish women to mate with the Black African slaves as well. So it was just a whole lot, which is how the montserratians have become, or are known to be, of Irish descent, which a lot of people have argued with me, and it doesn't really matter to me. It's just like, whatever, you want to argue, then that's on you. I know where I'm from, I know my culture, or I'm getting to know it more and more as I'm reading. So it was funny because there was this young gentleman on my Facebook channel who actually read, or he looked at my video, and he had to do a paper, and he did a paper. His dissertation was based on what I had done. I'm sorry, because there's like a lot of stuff coming up on my phone from my Instagram, so that's kind of like distracting me because it's like right there. But anyways, back on topic. He was like, he wanted to get my permission to use some of my video, or to use some of the information within my video in order to do his paper. And I'm like, go ahead, it's pretty much on. I feel so, that was so respectful of him to do, because most people, they'll just take your videos, embed it in whatever they have to do, or use that information, and they won't even ask. So I felt honored that he actually felt the need to ask, and he even asked me if I wanted to actually be interviewed, but I just said, I'll pass on that. Since I already put all the information out there, I didn't feel the need to do that. But it was more than my pleasure to be able to assist him in any way. He sent me the paper that he had done. Great, 30 pages. I read about 23, I'm not even going to lie. But I'm going to try to finish up the rest of it. But from what I read, he hit the nail on the head. He talked about all kind of topics about how the Irish slaves were pretty much forgotten. A lot of people don't like to talk about that because, they're Caucasians. A lot of people don't like to talk about the fact that there were Irish slaves. And Black people don't like to talk about it because it may take away from the fact that they were slaves. And it may say, oh, now you're highlighting white people. But it's not even about that. Me, I'm not about race. I'm about equality. I'm about fairness, about just. It wasn't until later on that, a lot of this madness has stopped. But it was the British that were actually enslaving these people at that time with Cromwell. But I'm not even going to get into all that because I did a whole video on it. If y'all want to just search up Black Irish of, what did I name it? I think I called it the Black Irish of Montserrat, or of the Emerald Isle, or something. And I know it says Happy St. Patrick's Day. If y'all want, just let me know and I'll put something down below. No one's really watching this video or this vlog. This is a brand new channel, and I don't really expect it to get any views, but it's like, whatever. At least I'm talking to myself, the future me. So hopefully I can come back and I can learn more, or my son or whoever can learn something generations to come. But anyways, back on topic. So he made this incredible video, which it's private, but it was just incredible, where he showed, like, how an Irishman was just pretty much persecuted, had shackles on. He went to the graves, and he went to go visit his family, which I guess was his ancestors who also went through this whole slavery. It was just a beautiful dedication, and I feel like stuff like that, there should be more stuff like that on YouTube. I wish he had put it on YouTube. I know he put it on Vimeo, but it was just great to see, like, stuff like that. It really touches my heart because they're inspirational. I'm one of those people that love inspirational videos, love inspirational books, movies, etc. So that's the first thing I wanted to get off my chest. The second thing was that I do a lot of collaborations on my other channel, and I tend to contact people because I feel like not only is it good in order for promotion, but it's also good in order to learn more about different cultures. I've recently done an African roots collab. I would love to do like a Hispanic collab with Hispanic people of different ethnic backgrounds or mixed cultures. I have so many things in my head. I'm not going to speak them all into, out here so y'all can steal my ideas. But I have quite a few ideas that I have coming up. And I like to contact different YouTubers and work with them and just highlight each other. Not necessarily for my personal gain, but it's personal gain, not personal gain, but it's gain for all of us. It's like sisterhood. I want to actually work with a few guys as well. If we can get on the same page and get some topics that will be interesting for both of our different viewers that we have, or our, how many people, then why not? Why not highlight other people and get them out there? And, some people will never, ever, some people that you may have seen may never see me, or vice versa. It's just crazy, but that's how YouTube works. Not always do our two paths cross. Sometimes there are people that some of my YouTube friends talk about, and I'm like, oh, I've never watched that video, or I've never heard of that person. And they're just like, wow. Or I might be doing the same thing. I might be talking about somebody. They're like, oh, I've never seen that. I'm like, really? Like, this person's like YouTube famous and you've never heard of them? And they're like, no, I've never seen one of their videos. So things like that, I feel like if we do more cross promotion, it would help so much. But anyways, I had tried to contact one lady who she has lots of viewers, and I didn't really expect anything out of, because most people that have a lot of viewers, I hope that I never become that way. And matter of fact, not even hope, I know that I will never become that way. As long as I know that your content is good, I don't mind collaborating. And if it's something that we can both mutually work on, that our audiences will both enjoy. But anyways, sometimes they'll say yes. I had one that said yes, and I'm so in debt to her. Like, that was so unexpected, and, that was just beautiful. But anyways, I contacted someone, and she was just like, I have too much to do right now. I don't really have extra time to do collaborations. It was like a nice way to bring me down and just pretty much say that you're not going to be able to do it. And I get it. And I wasn't mad at all. I just said, my response was just, thank you for taking the time out to respond. Because there were so many people that might have had bigger channels that I tried to contact, and all of a sudden their emails don't work. I've spoken to them on other levels, but once you email them about a collaboration, there's no response. And it kind of hurts just a little bit, because it's like, wow, I thought you were someone else. But it's all good. I'm not the kind of person to hold on to that unless you cuss me out. Then it's a different story. If me and you is going to, go back and forth, and it's going to be a big problem, because that's one thing. I'm not going to be disrespected. But it kind of hurts to know that somebody that you speak to, and they just totally ignore you without even giving you a nice little letdown. And this person that I contacted, I don't really know her that well. I know her through her videos, but I never actually spoke to her prior to that request for a collaboration. That could be another reason why, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all good, and I'll continue to support her because of the way she did it. It's all about tact. It's all about the way you do something, the way you say something. So just keep that in mind, and to my future self, be sure to not lose yourself as you try to get where you're going. Be sure to stay strong, and be sure to just continue to promote yourself, and you can do it. And wherever you're trying to go, just make your goals and you will reach it. All right, so until next time, sweetheart, be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless.